Morency Unfiltered on the Fantasy Sports Network continues. Let's bring in our AFL tipster, MykAussie.com's Myk Aussie joins us. Myk, it's always a pleasure. How you doing?
Yeah, doing great, mate. And, big weekend. The Rotten Riders are here to play the Grey Cup champs. We got Aussie footy tonight here in Edmonton. And love the golf as well, mate. And the basketball. So lots on, mate.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild weekend. The dog days of summer are, you know what, they're barking, actually. There's a lot of stuff going on with the soccer. You got the U.S. Open golf. I actually liked Adam Scott a lot coming into this tournament, Myk. I see he's, he's in the pack right now. He's in the mix. Too early to make any judgments as far as the tournament is concerned. But golf is very popular in Australia, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And I got nothing against Adam Scott. Nice fella. I didn't like that long stick putter he used to use. Don't really like his big mouth Kiwi caddy. We all know about him. Tiger Woods' ex-caddy. But, no, Adam Scott's a good fella. But, yeah, Jason Day as well. Don't ride him out. But, yeah, sitting at home watching it now, mate. So, love the majors of golf. Fantastic.
Yeah, you guys are pretty good at it, too. So you enjoy it. you enjoy it. All right, so we're into round 13, and it's the byes, as they call it. In the NFL, we call it a bye week, but we're calling it the byes. But one thing, so I noticed, there's not as many games this week because some teams are they're off this week. But with that being stated, everything I was reading, Myk, everyone says, ooh, these bye week games, these other games, weird things always happen. And I'm wondering why weird things always happen in these games. But every preview I read for the games this week, everyone says, wow, this is a weird game because of the byes week. And so people are expecting weird stuff to happen this week for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why, mate. It shouldn't affect this week, but it's great for the teams to have a bye. The bye is spread over the next 3 weeks because, they talk about the NFL being a long season. That's a lot of rubbish. It's 16 games. Aussie Rules Football is 22 games during the season, so it's good. The players need that 1 week off during the year, so it's spread out in the next 3 weeks. So there's some close games this week. I don't know why weird stuff might happen. That sounds a bit superstitious to me, I think.
So let's start off with the Dockers and Port Adelaide, the Power. Dockers are terrible, but they've actually won a couple of games in a row right now, Myk, which is surprising. So they've won a couple of games in a row, but it's not like they're beating top-class competition. The Power need this one. They're 6-6. Dockers are 2-10. If the Power want to make the playoffs, they've got to win this game. Power -6.5, Myk. Total 195.5. What's your take on the game?
Yeah, I like the Power. As you said, they need this one. I mean, it's not crucial. There's still quite a few games left. They're only one game behind your Eagles now, mate, to make the 8. So I like the Power to win. It's over there in Perth. As you said, the Dockers, well, they've only beaten the Lions and the Bombers. But, this could be an upset as well. I do like the Pat Smear Powers to win and cover, but this could be a dicey one over there in Perth. Power got no ruckman. They're short on ruckman, but their on-ballers are really good. So I expect Power to maybe have a good run in this second half of the year and possibly sneak into the 8.
The Power should win this game. You're looking at the money line. They're -150, Myk. -154 on the money line. It's not too high, actually, and they should be able to win this game.
Yeah, like I said, it's over there in Perth, so that's a long trip. And but then the Crows beat the Eagles over there last week. So if the team's good and mentally strong, not like these NBA playoffs where the teams on the road can hardly win, but no, the Power should win, I think.
That was a crappy performance by the Eagles last week. We got the Dogs and Cats, natural born rivalry here. We got the Bulldogs versus the Cats. This is a big game. This is the biggest game on the board. Both teams are 9-3. I see the Cats own the Bulldogs, Myk. They haven't lost in over 8 years. They've won 8 straight times, and they've actually won 12 of the last 14 times that they've played. Geelong has been the victorious side. Last 2 times they played, it was pretty low scoring, man. Bulldogs' third best defense in the league. The total's 181.5 here. I wouldn't be surprised if it is a lower scoring game. But on the flip side of that, Rodney Dangerfield didn't get any respect, but Patrick Dangerfield does. Number one on the ratings list, makes 688 points.
Oh, he's unbelievable. And I watched the game, the Cats versus the North Melbourne Kangaroos last week. I watched it here during the week on replay. One of the best games I've ever seen anyone play out of all the years I've been watching Aussie Rules Football. Dangerfield was amazing. 48 possessions, and he didn't have a bad one. He was fantastic. And if you're watching, he was so fit, mate. So, yes, I do like the Cats. Now, the Bulldogs are a damn good team. They're young. Half the kids look like they got acne still, mate. But the Bulldogs are, up-and-coming team. But I like the Cats to come on strong in the second half of the year, be more experienced. So I like the Cats to win and probably cover. But, definitely the game of the week is in Etihad Stadium, so the roof will probably be shut, so there shouldn't be any rain. So, great game. Cats to win, I think, but game of the week, no doubt, mate.
Western are pretty banged up, too, Mick. They've got a couple of key injuries coming into the game.
Yeah, they're young, inexperienced, but they're damn good, mate. So, again, ripper of a game, could go either way, lean towards the Cats. Just check there's no big thunderstorms there in Sydney, because Sydney can get those thunderstorms. But yeah, take the over, and it's a small ground, the Sydney cricket ground. You can bomb it and have a couple of bounces out of the centre and kick a goal. So smaller ground. I'm not sure on that under-over. So, yeah, I like your over pick there, mate.
All right, so we've got the Bombers. And by God, are they bad, Mick? We knew they were going to be bad, but they lost by 108 points last week to the Hawks. They lost by 108 points last week. The last 2 weeks, they've lost by a combined 187 points. They've given up 43 goals. They've only kicked 12. They've only kicked 12 in the last 2 games. They've given up 43. Giants are a good team, too. Giants are 8-4 coming into this game. But, man, the point spread is 61.5 points, Mick.
Oh, take the Giants. Take the Giants to cover. Joel, my mate there, AFL Canada ex-boss, he says Giants by 100. So, yeah, the Giants are on a roll. You got me last week, mate. They did. They beat the Swans quite well. They're in form, mate. They've got a couple of injuries. Stevie Johnson's out. Mumford the Ruckman's out. But Bombers, they're terrible. But, you got to, when you think of North American sport and the hit that, say, a team would take of, which happened to the Bombers, where WADA and Asada basically banned half their players. This is a huge hit on the bottom line for the AFL in revenue. I don't think a North American team in NFL or other leagues would like that. They wouldn't accept it, but AFL had to accept the decision, and Bombers have lost half their team for that whole year, mate.
The only thing you can compare it to in North American sports, Mick, would be NCAA football. NCAA football, in which a team basically loses their players due to sanctions, they're on probation, they get shut down, because that's essentially what happened to the Essendon Bombers. They were all juiced up. The whole team was on steroids. Like, the whole team. Like, how many guys are on a team? Like, 20? And, yeah, and like 14 of them got kicked out of the league for a year, so.
Yeah, but
like more than half the team got the boot. So, yeah, they're screwed, this team, and it's catching up. They're 1-11 on the year. Like I said, they lost by 108 points last week.
Yeah, but like I said, mate, let's blame James Hird, the coach of the team, and the doctors. I don't blame the players on this. We've gone through it again, but it'd be the equivalent of Tom Brady missing the whole game. You know what I mean? He's missing 4, but
yeah, it's true.
Tom and Gronk missing the whole year,
And another thing, Mick, before we get out of here, so, the AFL, it's the same thing as like the NBA. Do you have reality TV shows in Australia? The AFL Footy Wives? Because what's the deal? Some dude, it's like whatever sport it is, you always have this, where a guy stole another guy's girlfriend on another team, and, all kinds of, like, drama and controversy. Mick, I didn't realize there was so much gossip in the AFL.
Oh, mate, this is the Anthony Stevens North Melbourne Kangaroos legend. He's been inducted into the Hall of Fame for the Roos. Yes, his best mate and the captain, Wayne Carey. This is back in the early 2000s. He was having sex with Anthony Stevens' wife, and he got caught in the toilet. So this is bigger than any scandal I've ever seen in North American sport, where his 2 best mates, the captain, the vice captain, 2 stars of the North Melbourne Kangaroos, and Carey got caught shagging his wife. Wasn't good, mate. Really bad. So Carey was like a king. He was a centre forward. He was built like LeBron James, mate, the best player in the AFL. So really bad story,
Myk Aussie with us. All right, follow him on Twitter at Myk Aussie. His website, mykaussie.com. Thanks for joining us, Myk.
All right, have a great weekend and happy betting, mate.
There's Myk Aussie with us. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap things up with a couple of plays for the day, the weekend for you.